What's up, you guys? Let me fix this good. What's up, y'all? Hope it's not too dark so y'all can see me. But I'm sitting, I'm sorry I'm whispering a little bit because the baby's asleep. That's why I can get reading done, and my other daughter is in the bathroom with her iPad, all that noise. But I'm sitting here reading the Bible, y'all, and I'm reading Exodus because, for one, I'm in my Exodus season. I've been in my Exodus season for a long time now. Your Exodus season, when you're on your spiritual journey, your Exodus season is when you're in the wilderness. You're out here like the Israelites were. He done freed you from bondage. When you were stuck, feeling like you were stuck with maybe a toxic family, toxic partner, or whatever, and you finally escape, and now you're trying to figure out yourself, figure out why you're here, who are you, you're trying to get your identity, trying to figure out yourself. That's what happens. And oftentimes when God sends you on this journey to isolate, he's doing this because he wants to show you who you are. He wants to tell you why he called you here. Like, we are literally the Israelites, guys. And the more I read this, I just can't believe that we're the chosen ones. Like, do y'all know how much of a blessing this is? This is like a blessing. And as I just sit here and read, like, I have been saying this since I first started reading this Bible, since I got to Texas, bruh. I've been saying, like, dang, I'm like these disciples in the Bible. Like, I really feel like these people, like, dang, I'm really living this. And I know people have been saying for time, like, we're living out the days in the Bible. But for me to be literally, I always said I connected with Joseph. Like, I love Joseph. Like, I feel like Joseph is like my great grandfather or something. But even as I'm like reading Exodus and Moses, how he felt, and that's how I feel. Like, I'm getting better with it because I don't care that I'm not so churchy. I'm not so like, I got my slang and stuff. As I listen to me do my videos, I see where my lingo and all of that play a part into just how I convey my messages and stuff. But nonetheless, it's like when I start feeling like, Tania, who are you to be telling these people about God and about the Bible and about this stuff? Who are you to be telling them? But I'm the chosen one. God chose me. Like Moses. Like, Moses did not feel like he was qualified because of his speech impediment. He didn't feel like he was eloquent with his speech. And I feel like that because I talk very fast. I'm smart. Yes, I'm very smart, but I don't always want to talk like that. Like, I'm not here to use a bunch of big words just because I have went to school. I'm not here to sit up here and use all those big words. And even if I know those big words, I don't always want to use those big words because other people don't know those big words. And I'm here to get the people that's in the trenches like me. Like, I've been telling y'all in a couple of these videos, like, my target is the hoods and the Jezebels, the Ahabs, the underdogs, the low down, the down in the trenches ones. Not the ones who are high almighty, who come from like the great family. And I'm here to help other people that relate to me, relate to the people I grew up with, my family members that was in the same situations like me, my friends and stuff that was in the same situations like me. You'd have been through the same type of things I've been through in life. I'm here more so to talk directly to those people because they don't understand who we are, because I didn't even understand who we are. And as I read Moses, I just be like, and it's so interesting to me that people will still say that the Bible is not real. Mind you, yes, I used to say that too because I had never picked up a Bible a day in my life. I had never read a Bible a day in my life. Like, me questioning all of these things is what led me to go on this spiritual journey. When God led me to Texas, when led me to even ordering this Bible right before I left. And I came down here with one suitcase for me. Like, y'all see the video on my channel. And yeah, so, when I came, it took me a minute to get in this Bible. I had told y'all I had read my daughter's, I was reading this one. Like, if y'all go back in my videos where I was when I first got to Texas in March, I was reading this, like, but now that I read this real Bible, I just can't believe that, like, we literally, everything, like I told y'all in one of them videos recently, I think it was like Wake Up Black America, that video, I was like, nothing is new under the sun. As I read the Bible, it's like everything that America does, everything that our parents say, down to with them saying, oh, I brought you in this world, I will take you out. They got that from God. When God said, for dust you are, what it said, he got mad because he created man because of everything that was going on in the world before he flooded the earth, before he told Noah to build the ark, to flood the earth. Even with that, where do you think they get the ideas of how to build a cruise ship? Like, how do they know how to do that stuff? Because they got it from this. The ark is the cruise ship. But this is how, like, when you're on this journey, if you're on your spiritual journey, and even if you haven't gotten on it, but if you getting like some feeling that it's time to get away, break free, you looking for clarity, you trying to figure out what, your next step in life, you just really trying to, mainly it's about when you're trying to find your identity, when you're trying to find out the who, what, when, where, how, and why of your existence, who you are, what are you doing here, who you are, what are you doing here, why you're here, how are you going to get to find out who you are, the 5 W's and the H, who, what, when are you gonna get to finally figure out who you are, why you are? When are you gonna finally be happy? When are you gonna finally have true satisfaction in your soul? When you get to the point where you asking yourself all those questions, it's because God is gearing you up. God is gearing you up to go on this spiritual journey and understand this. Understand it gets lonely on this journey. But one thing about it, everything happens the way it's supposed to. You have to go into isolation. Isolation is required before elevation. So yes, you're gonna be feeling like, oh, I'm lonely, I'm by myself, I don't have no family, I don't have no friends, I lost everything, I don't have my car, I don't have my house, I don't have my clothes, I don't have anything. But it's all for your greater good. You're going to get back what you are losing, what you have lost, if you stay obedient. God is a man of obedience more than sacrifice, because oftentimes if you're obedient to God, you're going to sacrifice anyway. That's like a part of it. You have to sacrifice, because being obedient to God oftentimes requires you to sacrifice something. When you're obedient to God, you oftentimes might lose that relationship where you feel like, I love this person so much. No matter if it's a family or a loved one. A family, or you're like your spouse or your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. Your children, depending on the type of dynamic. Oftentimes, all the time, separation is required for elevation, especially when God is taking you somewhere that those people are not ready to go. Like, when I tell y'all, I faced so much when it was time for me to come to Texas. I didn't even understand. Like, I didn't understand nothing about spiritual warfare. I didn't understand nothing about this spiritual stuff for real. When I first got on this journey, I didn't understand none of that stuff until when I was about to leave, that week leading up to me leaving, man, I went through so much. I'm like, what the heck is going on? Like, even my mom, I remember crying to her when my daughter Nana started tripping too. I'm like, dang, why everybody why everybody treating me like this when I'm getting away, because my life is on the line. My kid's life is on the line. Y'all are getting mad at me because I'm trying to get out of this environment that's not safe for me. Do y'all want these niggas to come kill me? Is that what y'all want? Like, y'all mad at me because I'm about to leave and I'm trying to get my kids and myself to somewhere safe. And you guys are getting mad at me, and y'all, everybody just was like coming at me, and I almost got into accidents. Now I know what that was, but when it was happening, I didn't understand what that was. And I remember crying to my mom on my way to my storage unit. It was that morning that I was actually leaving. It was that morning I was leaving. I just left from my storage unit to take the rest of the stuff up there. And I'm telling her like this, like, you know, telling her, venting to her about what my daughter Nana was doing and how she was carrying stuff. And I'm like, she was like, get it together. You're about to get on that flight and you need to get it together for your kids. Like, once again, acting like I'm not allowed to have no emotions, like, you know, whatever. But I just didn't understand what was going on. And now I understand it. Even once I got to Texas, it didn't stop. Like, I faced setbacks. I faced this and that. Like, and I'm like, what is going on? Even with like my first, like that first, I was not, when y'all look at the video, I wasn't supposed to be homeless for them first 30 days. Well, obviously by God's plan, everything happened the way it was supposed to. But it was no reason that I got approved for that apartment. And then they called with having an issue with my ID, as if my ID was fake or something. Like, so it was like an issue with that and stuff like that. And then they wanted to, it was just spiritual warfare. That's why I first learned about spiritual warfare. But on this journey, like, and it's so funny because this girl that I met here, this woman, my daughter, her friend, like, the girl called her friend, they go to school together, and they stay here too, and they actually live on our floor, and they call each other BFFs, like they're best friends. And it's funny because I've started talking to her mom, and me and her mom is like, we have too much in common. It's like, wow. Like, even she said, like, wow, like, I never met another woman that has this much in common with me, especially now with me being spiritual, to see that she's like me with the spirituality, like the understanding, like with business. We've went through it's like God literally has taken us on the same journey. She moved from Pennsylvania, I moved from Maryland. Those two are right there. We both moved from the north around the same time. She left behind her car. She left behind so much. It's like we're going through the same journey, and God led us both here. And the reason why I say I'm these people in the Bible is just like he took the Israelites. He didn't take them the direct route. When they was leading them out of Egypt, he didn't take them the direct route. I think he made them go around the Red Sea, or something like that. He made them go the long way before he took them to where they were supposed to be, to their promised land. And I did the same thing. He took me to Houston first, but then he brought me to Dallas. Even though I don't like it here, like, I really would rather go back to Houston. But God, it's a reason, and it's a reason why he's moving so many of us to Texas. He's moving. I've seen so many people on when I used to be on Twitter, before I got off of Twitter, I seen so many people talking about moving to Dallas, moving to Dallas, moving to Dallas, moving to Dallas. Moving to Texas, period, but more so Dallas or Houston. But a lot of people was moving to Dallas. And before I even left, when I was selling stuff to leave to come to Texas, I met two ladies who said that they were going to be moving to Dallas soon. I was like, oh, I'm going to Houston, but nonetheless, I'm still going to Texas. But little did I know it, even with me getting routed to Dallas, when I'm telling you, when you on this spiritual journey, bruh, like, you gotta pay attention to signs and synchronicities. Like, pay attention to, like, it be the smallest thing. This is why you have to pay attention. You have to get rid of distractions. You have to really tap in. You have to really stay connected with God. You have to really, like, just really tune in, because your sign, the question you asking, like, when I was trying to figure out, am I really supposed to be moving to Dallas? Like, well, I don't know what it was. I was getting convicted in my spirit that it's time to go to Dallas. Like, and I was like, God, send me a confirmation if you really want me in Dallas. Like, send me a confirmation. Like, I all of a sudden started watching some videos and people was talking about moving. I was like, man, I'm about to move again. I already had it feeling in my spirit. I was like, I'm about to have to move again. Like, I'm gonna have to move again. And I was like, send me a sign that Dallas, you want me to move to Dallas. Why my girl Shantia get on the video? Mind you, I ain't seen her wear this Dallas shirt since this. My girl Shantia, like, anything that you watch, God knows you. And he knows what you watch. He knows what you read. He knows, if you be on that social media, he knows. He knows. He knows what stores you're going to go to today. And there might be a sign anywhere. That day, literally, as soon as I said that, Shantia drops a video. Why she got a shirt on that say Dallas? I was like, all right, God, that's a confirmation. That was like the second confirmation. I'm like, all right. Like, and one of my other girls in her location, mind you, she never puts location on her video. But this one, when it was time for me to move to Texas, period, when I first moved here, her thing had said Houston, Texas. Like, so when you on this journey, y'all, just understand that it's interesting. It's interesting, but this is all biblical. This is all biblical. The more I just like reread and I like reread and I like reread, I'm like, everything is happening the way it's supposed to. Everything is happening the way it's supposed to. And I know I'm jumping all over the place. This is part of my thing. Like Moses, like, he didn't feel, that's what I was just reading right here. He just didn't feel like he was qualified to even go to the Egyptians, go to Pharaoh to free the Israelites from under his hand. He didn't feel qualified because he said, what page was I just on? Oh, wow. Wow. Look, wow. It said, but God led the people about through the way of the wilderness of the Red Sea. And the children of Israel went up harnessed out of the land of Egypt. See, he took them the long way. And if you look on the map, Egypt, they could have went straight through like straight the way of the Mediterranean Sea on the coast of Canaan. But he took them down, which is now, I think it's now, I don't know if it's still called the Red Sea. I think it's called the Dead Sea now. He took them the long way. Took them the long way because on the way, and this is what I'm learning, like, I see why he is taking me the long way on this spiritual journey. Like, it's been months. I'm like, oh, when is this stuff going to be over? But look how much stuff I had to learn during this season, bruh. He takes us the long way. You're not gonna, when you praying for like success and you praying for, you know, your picket fence, your happy home, your marriage, your wealth, your riches, your great family, your good looks, and whatever it is that you be praying to God for. We're human, so we all be praying for about the same thing. You want peace and happiness. You want a happy home. You want a nice home, clean home. You want the car. You want the house. You want health, great health. You want your family. You know, we're humans. We want the same things for the most part. Now, everybody might not want the degree of the same things, but overall, we all want a happy place we can call home. We all want that loving partner that just will love us for who we are and, you know, will help us become better people and help us grow. Overall, we all want that. But to get that, God is not just going to grant you with whatever it is that you're asking for without you learning some things. This is why we have to go through a lot of the things that we have to go through in life, because he needs us to build this discernment, get this wisdom. And the only way you can get wisdom truly is getting the experience or learning from someone else's experiences. Because a fool, it takes a smart person to learn from someone else's mistakes. A fool will sit there and know that you went through that, and then they want to go do the same thing. Oftentimes, like we do, like our parents will tell us, I've been there, done that, don't do that. But we like, whatever. That's just you. That's just you. That ain't gonna happen to me. And then, like Boo Boo the fool, we sit there and do it, and then we fall on our ass too. So it's a reason why he sent the Israelites through the wilderness, the way of the Red Sea. When you're in your wilderness season, your Exodus season, like I told y'all I'm in, look how long I've been like pretty much homeless all year. Like, yeah, I got to Texas and I got stayed, you know, I was in a, I had, and even it says it in here, like your temporary stay. Look how the Israelites, they built tents here and then they journeyed to another land. They were basically pilgrims. They were on a journey like we are. And it's so funny, like I am. And anybody else who's on your spiritual journey and God got you moving from here to there. You thought you was good there. That's why I say I'm literally living these people in the Bible. Like, this is how I know we're the Israelites, because I'm living this. My life is this. My life is everything in this thing. From Joseph to Job to all of these dang on people in here. I'm the Israelites. We are the Israelites, bruh. I'm trying to go back to where I was at, but it's so funny that God stopped me right here, because I was just talking about that earlier in the video about the wilderness. But God has to take you on that, like, because sometimes, like, even with me in this season, it took me a while to stop talking to my mom. It took me a while to stop talking to my BD, even though he the reason the reason I even had to move here. You know, I'm still trying to, he had to teach me to stop being so people pleasing. I tell y'all in that video the other day about healing from narcissistic abuse, because I always put everyone else's needs before mine, like, and ultimately that drains me and sucks me dry, and then I'm mad at the end when I get the shit end of the stick. But you didn't have no boundaries. Like, God had to teach me during this season to learn boundaries, learn when to say no, and stick to it. And I'm still dealing with it. Like, I'm still dealing with it, even when it comes to these whole getting the toys things and stuff. Like, just wanting to go above and beyond for my kids. And it's like, they're good. They don't need no more stuff. Like, they got some stuff. They're fine. Like, they're gonna still have a great, we're not technically celebrating Christmas, but we still gonna call it Christmas, but we just not doing it on Christmas. Even with that, I'm gonna talk to y'all in another video about that, because I had did on this journey, when I first started reading Exodus months ago, back in like July or August, I had did a video, and I still have it actually. I don't know if I'm gonna post it, but that's why I was reading about how the tables are set up, how God instructed them to set up the table. And that's why I was like, that's Kwanzaa. I'm gonna do that in another video, because I don't want to like get too off track. But I'm like, that's what he's describing is Kwanzaa. That's why I was like, we're supposed to really be celebrating Kwanzaa. The Israelites are supposed to celebrate Kwanzaa. And if you look up Kwanzaa, they say that's the African American culture. That's what African Americans celebrate. This is how you know we're the Israelites. We are the true Israelites. But I know I'll be jumping all over, and that's part of this thing, like why I say I relate to Moses, because I do. I have uncircumcised lips. Like he said in here, like, who am I? Moses was like, who am I to tell Pharaoh that you sent me? Like, basically God, like, how am I gonna tell them that you sent me? Like, I have uncircumcised lips. Like, and uncircumcised, I was just looking this up, and it was like, uncircumcised, according to Hebrew idiom, is for any imperfection which interferes with efficiency. And circumcision was an immensely important gesture to the Israelite people, as it was representative of their covenant with God. Mind you, if y'all remember in here, they always talking about circumcision. That was the covenant that God gave to Abraham, Isaac, and them to do to their children, to their sons. And this is why I wanted to say, what do y'all do to y'all sons? When y'all have sons, y'all get them circumcised. That's why I say nothing is new under the sun. All of this stuff started biblically, everything. And I checked this book out from the library the other day, 100 Bible Verses That Made America. So I haven't read it all. Like, I went through it a little bit, but I'm just so, I'm so all over the place because it's like, I be wanting to read these other books that I'm finding, but I truly gotta like read this. Like, but it's taking me so long to read the Bible because I'm not just reading through it. I have to read and stop and do, and like, and because I'm reading the King James Version, I have to like stop and do this stuff I just did, like uncircumcised. Like, why do Moses keep saying he has uncircumcised lips? And that's because he feels like he's not qualified because of his speech. He feel like, I'm not qualified to even relay messages of God. I'm not qualified to be a prophet because I'm just meeting you. Who are you? Because Moses had just met him too. God was calling down to Moses, and Moses didn't feel qualified. That's why Moses, well, God said, I'm going to tell you what to say, Moses, and you're going to tell it to Aaron. Aaron was Moses' brother. You're going to tell it to Aaron. Because Aaron is more qualified. Aaron has a better speech. He's better with his words. He's better to convey the messages to the Israelites. You tell it to Aaron. I'm going to tell it to you. Like the game of telephone. That's what I'm saying. Where do y'all think nothing is new under the sun, bruh? Nothing is new under the sun. Everything we do in this world stems from God. They played the game of telephone. God told it to Moses. Moses told it to Aaron. Aaron told it to the Israelites. Even with some of these, that's why I say you got to be careful what you reading here, because I'm learning some stuff about Paul, which we know was once Saul, and even some stuff with that. You got to be careful about some of the stuff that you're reading in here, because some of that, like I had did in one video, but I don't think I ever posted it. In 1 Corinthians, I believe it's like chapter 7. You got to be careful what you reading on there, because some of that stuff is Paul's teaching, not the Lord's teaching. And it will say in there, it says in there, Paul said, this is me speaking, not the Lord, about his advice on marriage and things like that. This is why you got to be careful what you reading in here and how you read it, and slow down when you're reading it, and take your time when you're reading it, so you can fully understand who is who, what is of God, what is not of God. Because when you know God, you know some stuff don't even make sense when you're reading it. Like I told y'all about the part about the cornrows. When I was reading that part, I don't know where it's at, but when I get back to it, we're going to obviously talk about it. Because as I keep going through this Bible, I'm going to keep on bringing the lessons to y'all about this stuff. Because when I saw that part about the cornrows, I said, why would God not want us to cornrow our hair? He knows what kind of hair we have. They be trying to condemn us for our cornrows, our dreadlocks. Why would he not want us he knows the kind of texture of hair we have. He knows the reason why we do cornrows. And I also know, I was researching something that the reason why they don't want us doing cornrows, because during slavery, we used to put rice, we used to hide stuff in our cornrows. And that's the reason. And I'm like, that's how you know. And I told you guys in that one of these videos recently, like, one of these videos either about like slavery was a choice, Black America, Israelites, anything that's titled around like that stuff. I was telling y'all about how they took our Bible, they took our art, and they changed stuff. This is why people be like, oh, why would you believe something that the white man made? Da, da, da. But these people are not the creators. Like, if our presidents know about this, and I told y'all in them prophetic warning videos that I've been doing y'all about what Russia about to do to America, and how these presidents even know of God, they know. And this is why a lot of them have they have just become the devil. They want to counter God. They think that they are really rulers out here. They want to come in and take God's way and change something, one little thing different, and make their own way, like the devil does, the counterfeit. This is why that word even exists, because that's what the devil is. That's what these officials, these top dogs, this is what they do. They take God's way and change one little thing about it in a negative way, or things that God don't want us to do. They try to make us do that. Anything that goes against God, it's the rebel. Like, Satan's whole agenda, his whole agenda was just to mislead people away from God, was to purposely just go against anything God's. He don't even care if you believe in him. Y'all, this thing keep on, my storage keep on acting crazy. But he don't care if you even worship him. He just wants you to go against God because he hates God. He hates the power that God has. Because one thing about it is the devil has power too, but he does not have the power that God has. And for that, he envies him. This is where all of this stuff stems from. It stems from them two. The battle of God versus the devil. Like, the devil really wants to, he wants to be God. He wants his likeness. He wants that. And this is why when he went against God, he tried to get all those other angels to go against God. He tried to get them all to go against him. And he was able to convince some of them to go against him. And when you're going against God, that means you're doing what the devil wants you to do. You're doing what the devil wants you to do and not what God wants you to do. But it's just so funny, like, as I'm reading this stuff, and I'm like, I'm just such like Moses, like, and what made me, like, I'm reading chapter 6 in Exodus, and it says, and God spoke to Moses and said to him, I am the Lord, and I appeared to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob by the name of God Almighty, but by my name Jehovah was I not known to them. You know, and I know I think about Jehovah Witnesses, so I gotta look up stuff about that, but God goes by these different names, but I guess people didn't, like, I guess, tune into him by different names or something. Because he said, but by my name Jehovah was I not known to them. So they didn't know him as Jehovah, or they just didn't. What, baby? Okay, here I come. But this is what I wanted to read. It says, and I have also established my covenant with them to give them the land of Canaan, the land of their pilgrimage, wherein they were strangers. So I'm sitting here thinking, like, dang, I mean, as I've been reading this whole thing, I'm like, this is me. Like, I'm a stranger in the land of Texas. I don't know nothing about Texas. I never even have been to Texas. But God led me to come here. And when everybody be like, oh, well, what led you to Texas? I always be like, God. Like, people probably be like, but that's my answer, because that is who led me here. Like, I'm here on a spiritual journey. And a pilgrim, let me read y'all the definition of a pilgrim. Like, I'm a pilgrim, literally. I'm about to have to stop this video, y'all. I'll pause it. But a pilgrim is a traveler who is on a journey to a holy place. Typically, this is a physical journey to some place of special significance to the adherent of a particular religious belief system. That's me. I'm a pilgrim, and he just said here, he's going to give you guys the land of your pilgrimage. The land of their pilgrimage, which is the land that they went to on their spiritual journey, basically. I'm this traveler who's on a journey to a holy place. I came to Texas on a spiritual journey to figure out myself, figure out why I'm here, build my relationship with God. That's what I have done on this journey, is got to know God. I literally know God now. I've learned so much. I know who he is. And through me knowing who he is, he has taught me who I am and why I'm here. And he's revealed to me so many things of this world that I'm here to expose. He taught me my purpose through coming on this journey, through isolating, through getting close with him, through isolating and getting closer to him, through isolating from the outside world and from all these people in my ear and all these people. Through isolating from them, I was able to grow closer to God. And through growing closer to God, he has revealed to me so many things. He revealed to me the secrets. He revealed to me the keys of the kingdom. He revealed to me all the secrets of the game, of how to win this game we call life. He revealed to me. He's continually revealing to me all the secret, all the keys, all the keys. The keys, the keys, the keys. Hold on, say, here I come. But he said, I will give to them the land of their pilgrimage, wherein they were strangers. And this is my turf. I was a stranger in this land. Now I'm getting ready to be real known in this land. Real known. I'm here to save this land. And mind you, Texas is the different state. Like, I never knew about Texas, like, until I got here. And now that I'm learning, like, they run on their own power grid system. It's like, this land here is this is the pilgrimage land, period, because no one that's here, I have not met a single soul. I done met so many people since I've been here. And every person that I have met, I have not met, I only met one person, this one guy downtown. I told y'all about him in one of them prophetic morning videos because he was the one. That's why I said God has used so many people to help me relay my messages about what's to come. Because that was the dude that was downtown at the West Transfer Center, and he was telling me about John F. Kennedy and telling me, you know, this is where he got killed at, telling me to go visit the museum and all of that, because it's about to be another assassination like him. One of these presidents about to get murked, period. Stuff about to get real in America. But he's the only person that I met that was actually from Texas. Even when I was living in Houston, everybody that I met, they came from other places. This is like a place that other people come to. They all journey here. Some people journey for different reasons. When I told you, when I first got to this shelter, that video I did, when we first got here, and I told y'all the guy in the Uber, and I told y'all, like, what's the odds, like how God literally ain't no coincidences. Ain't no coincidence. God lines up everything the way it's supposed to. What's the odds that he got him as my Uber driver to get me from that motel that we were staying at, and he brought me here? And in the car, we started talking about the journey, and even God moved him. He moved here too. He moved him and his wife and his son here on a spiritual journey as well. God told him to quit his job. He left his job. He left his home behind in California. Like, so many people is on this same journey. I told you, I was just telling you about the girl here, my daughter's friend's mom. And me and her have so much in common. We did the same. He got us on the same journey. Like, and I said that with that man. I said, what's the odds? God is moving his people here. God is doing this. He's moving his people here. He's moving his people to Texas. He's moving his people here. And this was a land that once used to be, I mean, it still is racist. But he's coming to make us claim this land. He's coming to make us claim this land. I don't know, for that man to be, let me go wipe her butt, y'all. Hold on. Hold this thought. Y'all, I don't know why I just left off that, but it's just so funny, like, on this journey, like, one thing about it is God will use anybody and anything to help you on this journey. So when you're on this journey, you have to like, literally stay grounded with God, talk to God and all of that, and pay attention to the signs that he may send you. Like, spirituality, that's why I'm not religious. I'm spiritual. And I know that God has created so many, he has conveyed messages to me through so many ways. Like, that's why if you really tap in, you will get all the clarity that you need on this journey. You will not want for nothing on this journey. Even thinking that you lost everything. I still be saying it times. I still be like, I'm mad. I moved from Maryland. It's cold. I moved here. Like, I still do it. But I know ultimately, like, I know what I have gained. I just still be mad that I'm out here on the bus with my children. I ain't never been on the bus with my kids. Like, this is new for me. So, and it's cold. Like, that's why we stayed home yesterday and today, because it is freezing outside in Texas. And I'm mad because I thought Texas was warm majority of the year. I'm like, I said, I could have stayed in Maryland for this. And like today, my baby, her stomach was just hurting. I was like, I don't feel like walking up to no store, and I ain't got enough money on my card. I need to go put some money in the bank on my card so I don't have enough to order the order the Instacart. because I'm not to just order a few things. And the more you add to your Instacart order, the more the service fee and stuff gonna be. And I'm like, if I order Instacart, because I really do need to order Instacart, but I'm like, I want to put some money on my card, but it's too cold to walk up there, so I'll be getting mad about that. I'm like, oh, I'm just sick of this. It's cold. I got my kids out here in the cold. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry, mommy got y'all in the cold. Sorry. But that's why we just stayed home yesterday and today. I ain't taking the daycare or nothing, because I'm like, it's too cold to even go out there. Like, I did everything I needed to do on Thursday to, you know, prepare for the upcoming festivities. But even like, I'm just so full of gratitude, because we have not wanted for anything. Like, my kids don't want for anything. Even me, like, ultimately, I have what I need. Yeah, I'm raggedy. You know, I'm raggedy. I need to buy me a new jacket, because that jacket got all type of holes in it. But at the end of the day, it's like, I don't be wanting to even spend my money on me. Like, the money that I do have and stuff that I get, you know, I don't like to spend it on me right now, because my kids be needing stuff. Like, even with the little gift card that they gave me the other day, I went to Walmart and spent my little gift card on my kids, because my baby needs some sweatpants and stuff, and my other baby, my big daughter need more socks. So it's like, and then, you know, I bought a couple little things, y'all know, like, just a couple, like, not even much, because they provided a lot of that stuff. Like, man, when I tell y'all on this journey, like, it just taught me, this journey has really taught me that, for one, to lean out on your own understanding and trust in the Lord with all your heart. And that when you have faith, as long as you have faith, you will never want for nothing. God wants you to truly put all your faith in Him and understand that you're not going to want for nothing. Yes, you're going to want. You're going to want for things, but you don't really need nothing. You have a roof over your head. It may not be the roof that you want over your head, but you have shelter. You have a bed. Me and my kids ain't had to sleep on the floor. We ain't had to sleep with no roaches. God know I don't play about roaches. Like, I told him, I said, God, if I go to, because when they pulled us up at that motel, because before they placed us in here, they put us in the overflow area, which was the motel we were staying at that I recorded for y'all. They put us there. And when we pulled up on that, I said, oh, this shit might got roaches and stuff. Like, because the way it looked, I'm like, oh, if this place got roaches, like, and mind you, this lady on the bus, when I was around that area, when I was on the bus, and she was like, oh yeah, she was like, you staying over there? Do they still got roaches over there? Because me and my mama stayed in that shelter when I was growing up, and we stayed over there. I was like, roaches? I was like, no, they ain't got no roaches. But I had to tell God, I was like, God, if they got roaches in this place, God know how I am about rodents. Like, He know how I am. Like, I'm scared of rodents. Like, when that mouse came in my house, my last apartment, I literally almost died. Like, literally, I could not believe that mouse came in my house. Like, I could not believe it. And then he had the audacity to let me see him. He came right in my room that day. I called my baby father so fast, like, you need to get here and get this mouse. I was like, can you please come over here and get this mouse? He didn't come that night because it was late. He didn't come that night because he had Savani. He had my big daughter. He didn't come that night. He came the next day and like laid out the little stuff, laid out the stuff in the kitchen and stuff and all of that. But even still, that mouse still came back in there. So I went on a whole little thing with that. But anyway, God know I ain't do roaches. And I was like, if this motel got roaches, bruh, I'm calling my mom and I'm just gonna have to go back. I'm just gonna have to go deal with her. We just gonna have to finally just talk to her, and I'm just gonna have to do that. Like, I'm just gonna have to listen to whatever she got to say about me and just deal with her mess and just go there, get my money up. But that's how I knew God, and that God knew. He know his child, man. He knows me. He know me, bruh. He know you. The Israelites, we are his children. What does it say right here? What does it say? It said, and I will take you to me for a people, and I will be to you a God, and you shall know that I am the Lord your God, which bringeth you out from under the burdens of the Egyptians. And I will bring you into the land concerning the which I did swear to give it to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob, and I will give it to you for an heritage. I am the Lord. And Moses spoke to the children of Israel, but they didn't listen to Moses for anguish of spirit and for cruel bondage, because they was mad, they was in pain and hurt about what was done to them, what the Egyptians have done to them in slavery, making them over there, putting them under them harsh conditions. And this is why I'm gonna do that in a separate video. The proof is here. Like, I mean, it's like it's biblical. It's biblical. And I really want, because that was like literally, and it's so funny, y'all. Y'all know I be getting a little bit, but I was watching something. What was I watching? Oh, Dr. Romney. Dr. Romney. I be telling y'all about her. Because she talk about narcissism and stuff like that. And somebody under the comments, and I be telling y'all that God is a narcissist. And somebody under the comments, they said that God in the somebody, because they was like, this started back during Cain and Abel, like, you know, narcissism been existing. They said that Cain was a narcissist. That's what they was trying to say. So people was under that saying that God in there, because God had favoritisms and God favored Abel, and that's what made Cain want to kill him, because God has favoritisms. And that somebody was in the comments saying that God in the Bible is a narcissist. And it's like, even though they was trying, the person was mad. It's like they be mad at God, y'all. People really be mad at God. And I told y'all, God is a narcissist, because that's why we be going through all that we go through, all the afflictions we go through. And we be crying out to him. He is a narcissist. God is a narcissist. And somebody was like, no, God is an empath. No, God is not. I mean, he feel for you, but he don't care. And he not putting himself in your shoes. Like, he don't care. He don't care. You gonna do what I say do. If you don't do what I say do, this is what's gonna happen to you, because like he said, like everybody say, he give you free will. Yeah, I mean, if you don't listen to me, I mean, you free to do whatever you want, but you gonna get bit. You gonna get bit, and you gonna come back running to me. And then now I'm gonna make, because you didn't listen, now you gonna have to wait. You ain't listen the first time to what I told you to do, so now you gonna have to wait. Just wait. Now you missed your opportunity. So now you gonna have to wait. And you gonna have to suffer more. Right? God don't care about none of that. Videos back when I was on this journey, when I first got to Dallas, I did a video for y'all, like, because I was sliding down the wall too. Like, I don't slide down the wall no more. I still be bad though, a little bit sometimes. Just because I'm over this stuff, and I'm like, what else more? Like, dang, God, like, dang. That's why you feeling like narcissists. It's all about what you want. What else am I still not doing that you still making me wait? Why am I still waiting for restoration? Why am I still waiting? I'm mad. You got me and my kids out here in the cold. After all I done did, I done been fasted. I done gave up so much for you. I done sacrificed. I done did everything. I made all these sacrifices to you. All these sacrifices, good ones, like Abel did, because that's why Cain was mad. That's why God had favored Abel, because of the sacrifice that he made to the Lord versus the sacrifice that Cain had made to him. He wants greater sacrifices. He wants you to give bigger offerings to him. He don't want you to do them little cheesy little, oh, I'm just going to give up this little something slight for this little. He wants you to give up big things. Big things. He wants you to give up big things for him. Are you willing to give up your house for him? If he tell you move him out that house, if he tell you sell me your car, if he say get rid of that car, are you gonna do that? Most people not. Most people not willing to lose everything. And that's why I be getting mad sometimes, because I be like, God, I did all this for you. Like, I gave up my car. I lost 2 cars behind you, bruh. 2. I ain't have to lose my Infinity truck when I got here. I didn't have to lose it. But because I was trying to be obedient, because I know he didn't want me working these jobs, he didn't want me doing DoorDash, he didn't want me doing all the same hustle, because I was going to come here and just pick up where I left off down there. I was starting to find my pallet joint, my little pallet place, so I can get me a pallet, start flipping them. I didn't have to lose my car. I didn't have to lose my apartment, because I got the hustle. So I was mad. I be mad, like, why? Like, and you still making me wait? And I'm still, so I be getting mad about that sometimes, because I be like, bruh, I'm a hustler. But I'm like, you making me wait and all of this. I done sacrificed. I done gave up a lot. I done cut my hair off. I done made a lot of sacrifices to you. I done cut everybody off for you. I done sacrificed a lot to get my milk and my land flowing to milk and honey. I done gave up a lot. And I'm like, what's going on? Like, you know, I'm like, I could have just stayed doing what I was doing. I sold my car was paid off. My car was paid off and in great condition. My car, my Ultima that I had, that I showed y'all I sold in the video. I'm like, I sold that car. Sold it. Got here, got another car. I didn't have to lose the car. Yeah, the car got taken from me. It literally got taken and got repoed at the Walmart. We came out of the Walmart, but I knew I had a feeling like, even with that, God, he let me finish getting everything I needed stored up first before they took the car. Like, it was so funny coming out of Walmart, that car was gone. But I didn't have to even get my car repoed because I know how to make money, but I'm trying to not do that because I know what he want me to do. Even with this whole get a job thing, it's like, I know he don't want me to do that. And because I'm so big on being obedient to God and I'm trying to work for the kingdom, this is what he want me to do. He want me to get on here and talk about the real. He talk to y'all about this and get y'all closer to him. I know what he really want me to do, but it's like, this is taking so long to give me the fruit that I'm really looking for. Yeah, okay, yeah, I'm monetized now, but I'm not. I'm ready to bring in the big bucks. Like, I'm ready to bring in the big bucks. Like, I'm just ready to rebuild. I'm ready to rebuild. I'm ready to rebuild for real. And I feel like he just got me waiting still. But anyway, y'all, like I was saying, we the Israelites, and this is why he moving some of us back to Texas. Like, I'm literally the people in the Bible. Like, they call us the people of the book. Them other people, them Africans and stuff, they call us the people of the book. This is what they refer to Black African Americans as, the people of the book. We are the people of the book. This is why we live this stuff that's of the book. We the people of the book. I'm definitely the people of the book. When I read this stuff, I'm like, this is me. This is us. And I want to do all nationalities circumcise their sons. I ain't never had nothing other than some black meat, so I don't know. And I only dealt with one that wasn't circumcised. And that's probably why he the devil, because his mama ain't. It's like, that's not why he the devil. Because there's plenty other devils that is circumcised and they're still the devil. But if you black, you better circumcise your son. Get him circumcised. That's the covenant that God ordained to Abraham, that they must do. Their sons, they must circumcise them. Shut off their foreskin. That's a sacrifice. But also, yeah, because all that extra meat, that stuff curry bacteria and stuff. But yeah, y'all, we really is the people of the book. Like, I'm literally living this. Yeah, and they talking about the pilgrimage. And this is my land of pilgrimage. Texas is my land of pilgrimage. It said the land of their pilgrimage, wherein they were strangers. I'm a stranger to this land. I'm a stranger to this land. And I really want to move to Florida, because that's where I want to be at, where it's warm all year with the palm trees. That's why I want to move back to Houston, because they got palm trees in Houston. I miss it in Houston. It be the scenery for me. Like, that's why I want to live where it's warm weather, because I like to be outside in nature. And like, I don't want to be stuck in the house. Like, I like to get outside in nature. And when it's cold, I can't go out to the lake. But, and that's why I was saying, like, when I'm reading this stuff about Moses, and he was like, you know, who am I to basically lead the Israelites? You know, I have uncircumcised. Because he said, and Moses spake before the Lord, saying, behold, the children of Israel have not hearkened to me. How then shall Pharaoh hear me? He basically like, the Israelites won't even listen to me. Why would you think Pharaoh the king gonna listen to me? The president. Why you think he gonna listen to me? And mind you, who's the president that freed the slaves? This is what I'm saying. Everything about modern day slavery and the president who was it that did it? Was it Lincoln? I don't know. Don't get me the line, but I was researching something. Or was it? Don't get me the line. It might be. Let me look it up right quick. Actually, since I'm right here, let me look it up. Where my iPad at? Then let me marry Sam. Yeah, it was Lincoln. It was President Abraham Lincoln who freed the slaves. And just to see how everything ties back to the Bible, like, that's why I want to read this book right here that I showed y'all. 100 Bible verses that made America. Because it is. When I saw this, I was like, oh, and there was some other good books there. Like, I ain't even started reading this one yet. Like, everything. Even like the Chaldeans that's in the Bible. Like, that's your modern day. And that's why I don't understand why, what's his name, was saying it was like, this stuff is like new age. Nothing is new about this stuff. The Chaldeans were the seers. All of those people in the Bible, that's what you would call now the girls that read the tarot cards, the psychics. That's what that is. Like, this stuff is biblical. Nothing is new under the sun here. Nothing is new under the sun. But he was like, who am I? He was like, who am I? I have uncircumcised lips. How Pharaoh gonna hear me? Who am I of uncircumcised lips? He didn't feel confident. And that's how I'm feeling too. Well, I don't feel it no more because I know that, you know, I still feel it a little bit when I be saying stuff. I'm like, people gonna be like, girl, you just now learning God. You don't even really know the Bible like that. Who are you? But it's a scripture for that. And this is one thing about it that Mark did teach, because he be trying to like demean new age stuff like angel numbers and stuff like that, but those are the same very things that help me find God. So I don't believe in not listening to new age stuff, because new age stuff is what led me to God. And that's why I say, well, once again, God will use anybody or anything to get you to him, whether if it's supposed to be demonic or not. If it's so demonic to use angel numbers and all of this spirit animals and stuff like that, that's demonic to do that. Then once again, God will use anything and anybody, because that's what he used and led to me to get to him. But what Mark did say is when he used to look at angel numbers, he started going to the Bible verses instead. So if you start seeing a certain number keep popping up all the time, go to those Bible verses and it will bring you, and that's what you need to know. And that is true, because one of my numbers is 717. 917 is what started me with with angel numbers, because that's what I started seeing all the time. My birthday, 917. Every time I looked around, that's all I was saying was 917. I was like, what is the deal? Is something good gonna happen on my birthday? Like, why do I keep saying 917 everywhere? It started becoming like weird how much that stuff was like flying out to me. And God still uses that stuff to me. He still uses angel numbers, because the power is in the numbers. Even the federal government know the power of the numbers. That's how they manipulate the systems. In the federal government, he said how they manipulate the markets with zeros and ones. And even numerology, biblical, what did God do? He numbered us. He numbered us. He numbered us. Numbers is crucial. Numbers is key. Numbers is key, and whatever you do, no matter what you do, you need to know numbers. You need to know how to count. You need to know how to identify numbers. You can't do nothing in this life without numbers. So don't ever say that numbers are not important. Numbers are important. For the numbers is how they even able to conquer and do a lot of the stuff they do, because of popular sovereignty. Even with them voting, what is voting based on? Numbers. The number of the people. The number of the votes. Majority. That's popular sovereignty. When majority rule. When majority rules, that's what goes. But anyways, so I start now, when I do see angel numbers, I also will like go to the Bible verses. Like I'll Google, just put the angel number, the Bible verse with that number. So I have put Bible verse 717 because I always see 717 or like 117, 917, 317, 217. Those are my numbers. Or any of the verses. Like lately 333 been popping out so much. I'm like, all right, what's going on now, God? What you trying to say to me now? So I go to a Bible verse and it be on the money, like this one. So it say, for the Lamb at the center of the throne will be their shepherd. He will lead them to the springs of living water, and God will wipe away every tear from their eyes. And I was like, wow, God. That's once again confirming me, because I was just telling y'all, just like Moses, I didn't feel comfortable. I don't feel confident. I'm like, you know, I'm new in Christ, or, you know, I'm new in this thing, still fairly new. So it's like, how am I qualified to do this? Like, why do you want me to be a prophet to the people? And I barely know all the Bible verses. I barely know all of these things. But like God told Moses, be quiet. I will instruct you. Just listen to me. I'm going to tell you what to say. You don't got to know it, because I'm going to tell you what to say. I'm going to tell you what to say. I'm going to lead you to what you need to do. And for the Lamb at the center of the throne will be their shepherd. The Lamb is the baby. The baby going to be the one, me, as the baby in Christ. The baby in Christ will be at the center of the throne, will be their shepherd. The shepherd is the keeper over the sheep. And we already know the Israelites, these black folks, the lost sheep. We already know. We the lost sheep. We the 10 lost tribes that's in the Bible. We the 10 lost tribes. We're the lost ones. And God using me, the baby, to be the shepherd over the rest of the lost sheep, that will lead them to the springs of the living water. Because God is water. God is water. God is water. And Christ was the living water. It says, and God will wipe away every tear from their eyes. Look, wow, what's the odds? The number 717 just popped up right here. Like, that's crazy. Because though I'm new in Christ, God has qualified me. He appointed me to be the leader of the lost sheep, and to lead them to know God and his likeness, his laws. And from there, God will open their eyes and wipe away their tears through answering your prayers. Like, that's why I can't believe God chose me. Like, even though I be getting mad at him sometimes, I ain't gonna lie, because I do be getting mad at him sometimes, because I'm tired of living this life. Like, it's cool and all, yes, I'm grateful that I still get to, I have heat, I have a comfortable bed to lay in, like, shoot, we got laundry service, I ain't gotta wash my clothes, but I'm tired of walking, and I'm tired of sharing a room with my kids, honestly. I'm tired of this. I want to be back to, yeah, I get tired of, you heard her say she's tired of sharing a room with me. And that's fine, because I know she be tired of me telling her to lower her stuff down. And I told her that she be tired of her sister. She won't go in her room and close her door, do her own thing. Even when her little friend come over, it's bad enough I got to share a room with them. We all in here. I don't want her friend over here all the time, because I barely even want them. It'd be different if we lived in our apartment and she got her own room. Okay, you can go to her room, or y'all can be out in the living room and I can go to my room. I don't have nowhere to escape to besides the bathroom. And even with the bathroom, they're coming to knock on there. Like, you know? And that I did be mad about, but I don't really want for nothing. Even with this, they have been so good to us. Like my daughter, they're not wanting for nothing. Yeah, we want for things, but they don't need nothing. You know, on this journey, they both still had. I ain't had that much of a birthday, but they haven't want for nothing. Come on, Ari. They still had great birthdays, both of them. Their Christmas is still gonna be good. I'm really supposed to go pick up some more toys today, but even with her yesterday, I'm like, it's cold. We ain't going all the way out there to get that stuff. We just gonna let somebody else have our toys, some other toys. They got enough stuff. And her dad then got this salon thing that she wanted, and her little American Girl dolls and stuff. So she said that she's very grateful, and I'm so happy to have her as a daughter, because I was knowing how I am, the people pleaser in me. I want to go above and beyond, and I'm like, I want to go out there and get the stuff, but it's so cold. I don't want to take them out in the cold today, but I want to go get our stuff just so they can, you know, have more. But she was like, I was like, we don't have to be greedy. She was like, yeah, mommy, it's okay. Somebody else can have the toys. I got everything I really wanted anyway. Besides her Barbie dream house. Like, she ain't going to get that this year because our situation. When we move and get our place again, then she'll get that. But she's like, yeah, mommy, it's okay. Like, she's like, I got everything I really wanted anyway. Besides the stuff that she wanted, that she really wanted, which was her salon and her little doll, her American Girl doll, and the salon that go with that. She got that, and she's happy about that. You know, and she's gonna be happy about the other stuff that she gets too. But they've been really good to us. So they ain't wanting for much. They both still, I went from not knowing what I was gonna, I'm like, that's why I ain't pay my phone bill. I'm like, shoot, I gotta get my kids something. I'm not about to, this little money I got, I'd rather get my kids a gift than to pay this phone bill. But even look at that. God and came through with the come through. Like, they still gonna have a great Christmas. Yeah, they got daddy there this year and grandma, but it's so good. They ain't ever gonna have my mama did. I don't know how that's gonna work. They ain't ever gonna have her dad again. Because technically we won't even celebrate Christmas anymore. We won't celebrate that day of Christmas. We still do it, and that's because I like to celebrate. Like, I got us some little Christmas lights over here, you know. But as I even get deeper in this thing, eventually, and that's what I'm sad about a little bit, is because, like, I really love, I love decorating a Christmas tree. I love bonding with my daughter, doing that. Like, I couldn't wait for us to get a house so we can do our Christmas lights outside. Like, so I'm really bummed about that. But God has convicted me about that. I just feel like I can't know better and then purposely do the opposite. Like, I can't rock like that. Like, I'm very loyal. I'm a very loyal person, and I'm definitely loyal to God. And it's like, once I know, it's a difference when you, and one thing about God is when you know the right thing and you still do the wrong thing, like, literally, you know, you get in trouble for that, and you get it worse because you know better and you're still doing the wrong thing. You're still doing the wrong thing. You not still be cussing, so I gotta get right with that. But all the other stuff, we ain't gonna be without sin anyway. It's like, nah, because you're not supposed to do that. Even though you know you're not gonna be without sin, you're not supposed to purposely sin if you know, just because you know that you can repent and stuff like that. And you know, you can't take advantage of God just because of that. But I just can't purposely celebrate stuff that I know is the devil's days. Like, I can't do that. Like Santa and Satan. If you word jumble those things up, if you rearrange some of those words in Santa, it produces Satan. So it's like, get somebody else to do it. And when you look at the calendar, it say, like, on the 26th, it says Christmas observed. Because that's supposed to be the real day. And that is what day? That is Kwanzaa. That's the first day of Kwanzaa. And it's biblical. So I'm probably post that video tomorrow. I'm gonna try to post this video today, because I can post the video in a couple days. I'm gonna try to post this video today. But we the people in the book. We the people in the book. And it's like, we the people in the book, y'all. And we need to act like it. We need to act like it. We need to act like it. But yeah, y'all, this video is pretty long. So I'll see y'all in the next video. I'm going to make them something to eat and finish reading. We are really the freaking Israelites. We really the people of the book. And somebody in my comments, one of them comments on one of them freaking videos, because somebody was like, well, what is the significance of being the Israelites? Like, basically, like, who cares? What do you mean? What is the significance? What is not the significance? A lot of us are lost. We're struggling. We've been struggling for years and years and years, getting the low end of the stick. We're in the poverty areas. We have not been able to claim our inheritance. So the significance of knowing who we are, because if you know who you are, you know how to become better. You know how to get the inheritance that is owed to you. We have an inheritance that is owed to us. Y'all keep crying about reparations, this 40 acres and a mule. It don't matter what you say, because you need to go to God so God can grant you with your inheritance. If you want to see true riches, if you want to get true wealth, if you want to truly get out of poverty, physical poverty and mindset poverty, because so many people are not in the hood, in the trenches no more, but that's what the middle class is full of. The middle class is full of people that are not in physical poverty, but in mindset poverty. You still succumb to the system. You still being green for the system. Letting them tell you, oh, you got to get this. Y'all know what that is. Get hit with to keep your job. You still lost here. Your pineal gland is still not all the way open. So the benefit of knowing who you are and gaining identity is so you can get that third eye open, that third eye that lies right here. Do your anatomy research. Go into the depth of science to understand where your third eye is and the importance of your third eye. When you do that, you'll understand why it's very important to know who we are. Because we're the only ones who don't know where we are. And we're the ones that complain about struggling and this and that. And why this and why that. Why we get the shit into the stick. We're the ones that complain about that. So somebody under that was like, under that person who was like, what's the significance of really like knowing this? The person under there said nothing other than ego. Yes, they said nothing other than an ego boost. That probably was one of the ops. And they mad because these videos getting exposed. Like, because a person that's like us, hey, no, oops, sorry, baby. But you can't mess with this. This is a library book. You already wrote in that other one. A person who is of us and who wants better for themselves and who wants to thrive and prosper and claim their inheritance and own some stuff and have true peace and freedom, a person like that would not be saying, what is the significance of knowing this? Or this is only for an ego boost. Yeah, it's definitely an ego boost because I feel damn good. I feel damn good knowing I'm a chosen one. I'm selected by the Most High, the Creator who created the stars, the sky, the universe, the clouds, the ground that you walk on. I'm chosen by that spirit. I'm chosen by that spirit. To know that we are the ones that's chosen. To know that we are the ones. Yeah, that's an ego boost. Of course it's an ego boost. So next time you try to play, especially us who be y'all who didn't. Well, I didn't face the currents too. And she drove off. I was ready to knock her window out. But yeah, so when you faced with them and they come at you, you could be like, you could spill the real deal that keep them stuck. Get them mad with the stuck face. Y'all know I'm about put people in their place a little bit. So when you come for me, I got something for you. Yeah, it's the ego boost. So I know who I really am. We don't know who we really are, which is why we let people treat us like we some little, yes. We not no little doormats. We not no, they be sunning us. They be trying to lure girl you and lure boy you, and you a grown man. You a grown woman. But it's because we don't know who we are. And we don't know who we are because we don't know God and don't have that relationship with God. And God is the only one who can reveal to you who you truly are. God is the only one that can do that. Because you don't know you. You didn't create you. You didn't ordain you. You didn't do that. You can't do that. You can't ordain yourself. Only God can. Only God can. Yes, it's definitely an ego boost. Definitely an ego boost. Because I be feeling like... Don't talk to me. It's like, now let me stop. But I'm talking about when it comes to them other folks. When it comes to them, like, we was the... What my Bible? What he say? I'm the one. I am the Lord your God. What he say? Flip. I am the Lord your God. What he say? Who is that? Where is that? He said it. The Lord God of the Hebrews. And because I was the Lord God of them, y'all they children. So now I'm y'all God. And I will bless you abundantly. And we know true wealth is in the land. He has land for us. He has land for us. That's why they keep talking about this 40 acres in the mule. God got that 40 acres in the mule for you. But he ain't going to give it to you until you come back on home. And put that work in for him. Put that work in for the kingdom. You gotta put that work in for the kingdom. You gotta put that work in for the kingdom. Not put the work in for the ops. You gotta put the work in for the kingdom. You know? So, I'll see y'all in the next video. Deuces. Deuces.